Hey everyone, Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com, Friday, January 8th, 2016. And yeah, you know, they really don't want the slaves, the United States bonded debt slaves, to have guns to defend themselves. And guns aren't the only thing you can defend yourself with, believe me. But, you know, a lot of people think, well, you know, the economy might crash and, you know, there might be an uprising. But, you know, they're already prepared for that. But my take on it might be a little bit different, because we know the statistics show that gun violence is down like 50 to 60% across the country. I mean, mass shootings and things like that. Most people that use guns to kill people are like gang members that shoot each other. There are some, but it's like 12,000 a year people that die from guns, and you know, more people die from cigarette smoke or slipping in the bathtub or car accidents. Definitely car accidents. A major one is the our medical system, the medical industrial complex here in the United States. They kill, I don't know, 250,000 people a year with their bullshit chemotherapy and I'm going to get into all that, but my thing is that we now have these big giant corporations like Homeland Security and things that these people employ like 300,000 people. They're on the payroll, and if there's no war, if there's no shooters, what fucking good are they? You know, so they have to do something to justify their paychecks. And what's interesting, what I noticed too, is that they have to run these drills and have active shooter drills, and then use what's called crisis actors, or people with actually that are amputees and things like that, and put fake blood on them and shit, because the human being is designed not to hurt another human being and feel empathy for another human being if the other human being is hurt. And what they're trying to do with their legions of slave drivers, or their, you know, their uniform people that are going to react or respond to any kind of a mass shooting, which there really aren't any that they don't create themselves. They have to reprogram the human being to put them into a situation where there is blood and everything, and they're trying to mind control that out of them. Their innate human response of empathy and feeling for another human being. They're trying to actually drill that out of these people that are involved in these agencies. So they're just basically just automaton drones who have no feelings for their other human beings. So just think about that. That's what's going on, is that, I mean, even during the Civil War times, most of the soldiers wouldn't shoot at each other. They would just throw their guns down and walk away, because they couldn't kill another human being. It's not in our DNA. It's not in our the way we are as humans. I mean, they've done studies on it. So they actually have to train that out of these people, so they won't have any human type feelings. And they actually have, Homeland Security, you can look this up, has paper targets. They're called, what are they called? They're called no hesitation targets. And they go to the gun ranges and shoot at these, like with pregnant women holding a baby and a gun. And they practice actually shooting, or a little kid with a gun, or an old man, or an old lady. And that's how they reprogram these poor people that unfortunately find themselves in the situation where, and then they'll just go along with it, obviously. But it's pretty sad that as human beings, you know, you have to drill that out of somebody, their innate human. That's what being human's all about. And they're trying to, you know, just to take over the country and drive the slaves even harder. But what my take on it is, why they want to take the guns away, is because the prison system. The United States plantation has 5% of the world's population, 25 to 30% of the world's prisoners, people in prison. And they make these laws. There's over 300,000 laws on the books. They call laws, which are corporate statutes and codes, that everything is basically illegal. And they're mandated, Congress is mandated to make more laws to fill up the prisons. Because the prisons help keep the economy going. And actually, that's paying for all the wars and everything. Because all crimes have a commercial value to them. Whatever it is, that's your bail amount. You know, he's being held on $4 million bail. $4 million. Why? I mean, why is there a dollar amount to it? Because they issue bonds on that amount, and when you they have a 90% conviction rate in the courts, 98%. When you don't pay the fine, don't pay the bill, the charge, they lock you up, and then they issue a default judgment. And they place a bond on that, and those bonds are securitized and sold as mortgage-backed securities. So they're not filling up the prisons fast enough. And that's going to be the big business in America is, I think, that's what I see, it's just going to be like kind of like a gulag casino type of reality. You know, there's going to be casinos, just like today there's... They're talking about the lottery. You know, you can win the lottery and, you know, get rich. You're not going to get rich. But so that's my take on it. So they want to take the guns away, so there will be more crime. I mean, look at, they disarmed Mexico 40 years ago, and it's a total hellhole down there. Just gangs running rampant. They're letting all these third world, dark age, religion-believing psychos into the country, and just letting them rape and pillage. Look what's going on in Europe and Germany. They just come in and just start raping people and just murdering and killing them. I mean, they don't care, because putting them into a prison is probably a step up, you know? So, anyway, that's my take on it. They want more crime, and that's what you get when you disarm the slave population. Anyway, if you want to learn more about prison bonds and commercial remedies and things like that, go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks for listening.